Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to the Imps View podcast show with me, Cornell B, back again. It's match reaction time to Lincoln City 2, Leyton Orient 1, after goals from Jack Moylan and a own goal from Leyton Orient, despite Bullard putting a goal back for Leyton Orient. Honestly, before I get the video, I have to say thank you very much to everyone that has subscribed, liked, and commented on the channel. Make sure you keep on commenting, keep on subscribing, and make sure you keep on commenting on the channel and subscribing to the channel and liking the videos and all the content that has been put out on the channel. So let's get into it. So us, Lincoln City, played Leyton Orient today at the LNER Stadium. Obviously, Michael Skabala made one change, and that was that Jack Moylan was added into the team after Dom Jeffries' outstanding performance in the previous game against Reading. So he dropped to the bench. And then in the last minute, there was another change that Evan Valameith was actually injured in the warm-up. And obviously, Tom Bayliss came straight into the starting 11 and replaced him in before the game even got started. And honestly, it's a real disappointment because Evan Valameith, for the Ukrainian Iniesta, has been sensational this season and has been in fantastic form. But today, it didn't stop us from winning the game. And honestly, what a start it was to start the game. 5, 10 minutes, 15 minutes of the game as the better team. Us, Lincoln City, showed that we, Lincoln City, was not messing around. And honestly, we could have gone 1-0 up in the first half, especially with Derric's chance. Brilliant ball, being put through by Rico Hackett. Honestly, this is the reason why Rico Hackett's been in sensational form this season. And Derrick, obviously, best right back this season. You know the rest about him. Forward slash the Zimbabwean Cafu. Honestly, it just makes so much difference, and it's so unlucky that he didn't score. Obviously, the chances that we had in the first half, we could have had at least one, two, or three, or even more goals because we were creating it and we were the better team. And Leyton Orient knew that from the start. We were better than them, and we were decimating them, hurting them where we needed to hurt them, and really target their defense, especially in set piece wise. But I thought the first half we were fantastic. Absolutely brilliant. Jack Moylan, forward slash Irish Messi, you know the rest. This is the reason why I said this player, Jack Moylan, is going to get the player of the season. Honestly, I know some people, if I was being picky, I would be giving it straight to either McGrandles or Bradley, because Conor McGrandles and Bradley, forward slash the Scottish Kaka, and the prime Paolo Maldini Bradley has been absolutely brilliant this season. And honestly, the whole team have been brilliant. But honestly, the finish, especially from set pieces, brilliant corner whipped in, honestly, brilliant layoff. Jack Moylan has it on the plate and then lashes it, and it just goes past the keeper, 1-0, and then we start gaining confidence. Second goal, pulled it off. It was obviously an own goal. Honestly, to be honest, brilliant. I would have loved it if one of our players got the goal, but listen, I couldn't care less if it was an own goal or whoever scored. We won the game and we won it in style. Going 2-0 up from the first half was the brilliant start. It would have been nice for us to basically go on and try and get a third goal, because obviously Leyton Orient came out in the second half. They were the better team in the second half. We were better in the first half, and we started to panic, and there was times where the referee as well has to be accountable as well for basically his decision making. Honestly, I thought that the referee wasn't that great, to be honest, especially with key decisions that should have gone our way. But look, at the end of the day, it doesn't matter. It is what it is. We got the result done. We got the job done. We're still unbeaten in 25. And honestly, we are points away from Bolton in the playoffs. And obviously, we're still more points ahead. But look, I don't care. I don't business. We won the game. We got 3 points. We're still top. We're still unbeaten. We're 25 unbeaten. Right now, we have a chance to go into the Stevenage game away and really seal the title in style before we go and play our final home game of the season, even though we've got to go and play Doncaster Rovers on the 21st of this month. But again, the second half, like I said, was all Leyton Orient. Leyton Orient had more of the ball. They had more possession than we did. When they scored, I was like, well, the ball being whipped in, we started to take our foot off the gas. And this is one thing I say that us Lincoln City have to stop doing. We've got to stop taking our foot off the gas, because if we take our foot off the gas, this is how teams is going to exploit us. And this is where I think Michael Skubala has got to really work hard with the players and say, listen, when we are winning, doesn't matter if it's 2 goals, 3 goals, whatever goals we are at, we have to not take the foot off the gas. We have to defend properly, and we have to defend and keep it solid at the back, because we left ourselves really wide open. I mean, even when Leyton Orient put the ball in the box, which led to the goal, Bradley stood there, and it was like, well, Bradley was waiting for the 56 bus to go to Skedness, and it was like, well, why wasn't anyone closing Bullard down? Bullard was left too much space wide open, and he headed the ball in the back of the net, honestly, and they pulled a goal back. Honestly, 2-1. I predicted 2-0, but my prediction's gone out the window. But honestly, when they had scored, they gained a bit of confidence going into the game, and then they started to cause us problems. But we stood tall, we stood firm, and we made sure that we, Lincoln City, were victorious. And now we can go into the next game believing that we can take all 3 points and get us over the line. Honestly, I thought Jack Moylan played really well. I thought Rico Hackett played well today. The whole players played well, but honestly, I think the second half, honestly, we wasn't at it, and I think if we didn't look well, it could have been a draw. I'm not sure if I would have taken a draw, but I would rather take a win and know that us Lincoln City are still on top and we're still on fire. But honestly, look, we're still top of the table. That's all I care about. We're still unbeaten. We're not going nowhere. Our objective is to win the League One title. We want the League One title. We want to win it, and we're going to win it on home soil. And honestly, we've got to play Stevenage away. Then we've got to play Doncaster away, despite Doncaster drew their game today against Reading. But we have to do our job. The players have to do their job and make sure that we're sealing that League One title, because we want to be champions. We want to be champions, and we want to go after it and show that we, Lincoln City, can really achieve the next goal, and that is to become League One champions. And we will achieve it this season. The land of positivity still continues. The land of positivity has still struck, and we, Lincoln City, are not going nowhere until it is over. But today was a fantastic win for us Lincoln City. We can go with our heads held high and believe that we, Lincoln City, can win the next game next Saturday against Stevenage. And we will win that game against Stevenage, and we're not stopping at nothing until it is over and done. We are not giving up this season to become League One champions. We're fighting to the very end. And I thought the players really, really worked their socks off. But honestly, I think we need to learn to not take our foot off the gas. We need to keep our foot on the gas, especially when we're winning or when we're leading. Because if we didn't look well, that game today against Leyton Orient, that could have been a draw. And we could have easily we still would have been unbeaten. But the way that Leyton Orient was playing in that second half, they were playing as the better team, dominating in possession and having more possession of the ball. But as far as I'm concerned, I didn't care about that. What I cared about was us winning and taking all 3 points. That is all I cared about today, and that we're still unbeaten, we're still top, and we're going to go after that League One title. And I'm telling you, we will be League One champions this season. I'm telling you that. Thank you very much for watching the Imps podcast show with me, Cornell B, /DJ Cornell B in the house. Make sure you smash a like. Make sure you leave a comment in the comment section. And make sure you smash a like on the video and subscribe to the channel. Honestly, thank you very much to everybody. Have a nice weekend. Up those Imps. Back again.